January is carnivore month, so I wanted to give you a few recipes. This pork belly almost didn't make the cut until I cooked it this way. These bites are absolutely unreal, and just wait until you hear that crunch. It's breakfast time, and we are going to have the best bowl that I always have. Our normal egg scrambled ground beef bowl with some extra breakfast meats on the side. We're doing some eggs, of course. We have some ground beef. We have some bacon for variety and for our crunch, and who doesn't love bacon? And then we have a little bit of a beef sausage there. And then we will use the Havarti cheese to put on top of our scrambled eggs and melt it. I just pop it into the oven towards the end. Like I scramble it to where it's like a soft scramble. And then I just kind of disperse the cheese and then I just melt it in. Wonderful. I love eating this. It keeps me full like all day. I have a busy day of work ahead of me. And that means a lot of, I'll try to go to the gym, but then I have a lot of like client things or making different meal plans or computer work or whatever it may be. So it's a long day out today. And so this meal keeps me full for hours on end and it's wonderful. So we're going to get cooking. I have the oven preheated at 450, ready to pop these in there just so it's nice and ready. So you have hopefully a quick little breakfast time here. You guys, whenever you're making scrambled eggs, you have to stop doing this one thing. You have to stop just cracking them into your pan and calling it good. You need to be putting it in a bowl first, cracking them in a bowl, and then giving them a really good mix and making sure they're all well combined and there's no whites showing. There's no, that it's all combined really, really well. And you want to do this because you want to properly distribute the fat to the leaner part, the whites, and then it helps you to get a way better consistency when you're making your scrambled eggs versus getting like mush. All right, we are gonna try something, if it goes non-stick. So I've seen those like spun egg things. They usually use like a spatula that's like a silicone one. And I might have too much in here, but they just kind of twist this way. And they keep twisting, but I think I have too many eggs. We'll see if it works, guys. If it doesn't, they'll still be yummy eggs. Oh, it's kind of twisting. Okay. I need more practice, but all right, that is my first attempt at the scrambled spun eggs that are going viral right now. We'll have some more takes in the future. We'll get better. I just got these out, so we're going to get the Gruyere cheese as spread out as possible. We are going to pop this into the oven just as soon as the bacon's pretty much done. So that way, it warms it up nicely, and two, the cheese just melts in perfectly. And then any of those extra like whites that aren't actually cooked will get completely cooked then. And it'll be a delicious, cheesy scramble that is not dry, but just so flavorful and yummy. Bacon is done. I cooked it at 450 for about 16 minutes. That cheese looks so good. It's so melted and yummy. Those eggs look delicious, and I just can't wait to eat those scrambled eggs. In my breakfast bowls, I always try to implement some sort of beef, like ground beef, because that is what helps me stay fuller longer. If I just have eggs, I get really hungry really early. I don't know if any of you have experienced that. Breakfast is served. I am looking forward to this yummy little bowl. One thing that I'm super excited about or super grateful for is every single morning my husband and I get to share breakfast together. It's not very common for a lot of couples, though. It's really nice that we could have that time, start our day together, eat a nice meal together, and then go about our day. But anyway, grateful for that. If you've been enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate it. And stay tuned for dinner and just to see what we have in store for it. It's dinner time, and we are going to be using our Tastee Air Fryer today. We are going to be making some air fried pork belly and some wings, which I'm so excited for. We are going to put a little bit of seasoning on this. Make it all nice and spicy and tasting good. We are also going to cut up this pork belly and get it to all like the same likeness. We got them at two different stores. This one ended up being our second store and cheaper, so had to do it. Anyway, we're gonna get this cut and seasoned up. January is carnivore month, so I want to give you a few recipes that you can take and implement them into your daily meals using the Tastee Air Fryer. I'm going to be doing, like I said, the pork belly and the wings, but in the Tastee Air Fryer, it's perfect to cook these because it gets up to a really high temperature of 450 degrees, which is super nice. And then it has that nice thermometer to where it can actually keep a good internal temperature. It has like a dual sensor, so it's really, really neat. And the other main thing that I really enjoy about the Tastee Air Fryer is that it is non-toxic, and it has a like a ceramic coating, so it doesn't have the whole like all the different P's, PFAs, whatever. And so it's a lot healthier option. That's something you can't get in the everyday store. And so those are the three basic big things that I like about the Tastee Air Fryer. A good rule of thumb that I learned is you want to make them wide enough so that they stand straight up as you cook them in the air fryer. All right, we're going to season this up. We're going to use a little bit of some fine grained salt, and then I'll just kind of like rub it all in afterwards. So if there's any on the plate, I'll just try to save it with, you know, my hands later once I put all the different seasonings on. So that way I don't waste it, and that way I don't like dirty my hands too soon. So I'm going to do a little bit of some different things today. I'll have some salt. I will do some garlic. I don't normally do like seasonings, spices normally. My day-to-day is really just like salt. But sometimes we like to spice it up and do a little bit of some seasonings in there. Just for taste, for mixing it up, and we don't get too bothered by them. So it works for us. But it definitely makes it like a treat when you don't have it very often. I'm just gonna sprinkle that around. I think that's probably too much. And then we are going to finish it off with some paprika. Actually, not finish it off. That was a little too much. And then we have a little bit of some of this like Chicago steak seasoning. It's like red peppers, garlic, onion flakes, stuff like that. Some black pepper. I think that's good. And then I will season the other side and mix it all around. This part was actually so satisfying to just kind of like see one side be all seasoned, and then as you just mix and mix and mix, and then it all just turned into a beautiful looking meat. All right, we're gonna power this on. I'm gonna show you a cool little mode. You can click pork and then find the belly mode, which is pork belly, and then you go ahead and press play or click, and then it'll show 53 minutes. But today we're gonna go for a little bit of a speedier, like higher cook. But that's a really cool option I wanted to show you. And then as I'm putting them in here, you'll want to make sure that the fat side is facing upward and that they are not touching as much. Yes, they'll shrink down, but we want to give them some air so the air fryer can properly circulate over them. Those look beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay, in they go. We are going to air fry them at about 450 for a few minutes. And we are going to, I'll just do it right now, I guess. We are going to air fry for 450 for like about 5 to 6 minutes. We'll kind of play it by ear or just by sight. And just to see when we need to turn down, we'll probably turn down roughly to the 400 degrees and then finish cooking that way so they can get nice and crispy without burning. While we wait for the pork belly, we're going to season our wings a little bit as a base. Again, we're doing a pretty similar seasoning. I have some salt going on there, and then I'll put that back, and then we'll do some paprika and then just kind of mix it in. I'll just same exact, like gather it all together with my fingers, and I'll do a little bit of garlic, and then at the end when it's done cooking I will go ahead and sauce it up. This is not a necessity, but if you'd like to use it, the ingredients are pretty clean. It's just aged cayenne red peppers, distilled vinegar, water, salt, and garlic powder. Make sure it's the original, not the buffalo. Buffalo has like xanthan gum and other things like that. But we'll top it off with that, and we'll get this all incorporated. All right, we're going to pull them out, give them a little shake, and careful, a lot of that fat rendered into some oil. And we're going to pop back in there at 400 degrees. Just pull these out. They are nice and crispy. We're going to plate them and let them cool because they are quite hot. And then once I let them cool, I will go ahead and do a little taste test for you to see how we like them. And meanwhile, we are going to go ahead and toss the chicken legs into the basket and get it air frying next. I wish you could see this in person. The like goldenness is just, the camera's just not doing it justice. It's beautiful, crunchy, crispy, delicious. A little taste test. Got the smallest piece. There's a crunch. I do miss that crunch with like most carnivore food, so 10 out of 10. They look wonderful. I'm going to enjoy these guys, sauce them up. There's so much fat at the bottom of this. Absolutely beautiful. While we were waiting for these wings, we finished up all that pork belly. It was delicious and so good that we are throwing in another batch in the air fryer right now. But we are going to enjoy these. And if you enjoyed or liked these meals that I did, go ahead and get yourself a Tastee and use my link down below or code TATI to save $35 on your order. It also comes with a digital carnivore cookbook. Here is the second batch. They came out even more golden and more beautiful. I will most definitely be making these again, and I hope you give these a try. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.